Three, two, one. Good evening, champs. Thank you for joining us after tonight's 2-1 defeat to Carlisle United. Just give us your initial thoughts for us, please.
Very tough game against a very good team, very good individuals, good management team. We knew it was going to be tough, and it certainly was. We knew we'd have to get blocks in, defend our box. Jazz are going to have to make a few saves, but also we thought that we could possibly hurt them in transition, which at times for periods, I think we had a 15-minute period in the first half where we did that, and we managed to get a goal back. And at the start of the second half as well, we also did the same, and we obviously got the pen and we missed the penalty, and that swings the game a little bit in terms of momentum. And that give them a bit of a lift, and we just had to defend very for long periods of time, and it was hard to get out. But as I said, these are good sides. There's no shame in coming here and putting in a performance like that and losing 2-1. Obviously, we would like to have got a point or won it even better. But this is how far we've come. We've come into places like this, and part-time team, and we're working so hard to get results, and we've not been blown away again. So we're generally happy with the performance. Obviously, result could have been better, but I think performance-wise, we're pleased.
Yeah, just talk us through. I know you mentioned briefly, but just talk us through obviously going in at half time and then what was said and what obviously you got out of the second half.
There was a couple of things defensively, shape-wise, where they were causing us a little bit of problems with their wide players coming inside and their full-backs playing really high and us being too narrow, and just being careful of things pulling back on the edge of the box. There was just a couple of defensive things that we discussed, but we also said how much better the last 15 minutes was, and if we carried on doing that and we tried to keep the ball in their final third a little bit better, it's certainly something that we have to do better. We say the same sort of thing every game, really. We know we've got to be better with the ball. We've got to keep that first pass, but for 15 minutes, although we might have given it away, we just kept them in there a little bit so we could then, build some momentum. And they were the key messages really at half time, and just build off that, like a little bit of belief. Last 15 minutes, surely give them a bit of belief, and to keep going. And I thought we started the second half really well. And as I say, I think the penalties just swung the momentum of the game a little bit.
100%. Obviously, made some changes throughout the second half and brought on quite a large attacking threat. Just talk us through that.
Well, we just knew that the amount of load that the players are working through in games, we're working so hard, particularly centrally in wide areas. We know that they can't keep that up for 90 minutes a lot of the time. I mean, people like Tinks, obviously, he's just come back. Yep. So we don't want to run the risk of losing him for longer by giving him 95 and possibly, flaring up again. So we've got to manage players. And I think that was mainly the reasons why it was more sort of the tiredness and the fatigue in players, rather than a tactical thing. Because as I say, I think we were in the game for most of it. It was just we knew that with tired and fatigued players, we couldn't keep that up. As I say, same with Bex. Really, it's not involved today.
Yeah.
He's only really 75%. He's a bit fatigued, and we had the same situation with him last year, if you remember, where we actually carried on playing him, and he ended up then tearing his hamstring, and we had all sorts. So we wanted to protect him and didn't want that to happen again.
Yeah, 100%. Moving forward, then we've got a break in terms of 2 training sessions to fit in before we travel to Scunthorpe United away next Saturday at 5:30. Just give us your thoughts in going into that game.
Another tough away trip. It's not an easy period. This is it. November, December time. So it's going to be another tough one. They did a number on us at home. So we've got that in the back of our minds, and we'll want to rectify that going to their place. And I think you've seen our performances and our form away from home has been a lot better. So we're just going to aim to keep the performance that we had today and try and maintain the form that we've had away as well.
And then finally, over 90 supporters made the journey this afternoon. Just talk us on that.
They're brilliant. I think Gaffer says it week in, week out. It's great to see so many numbers here, and not just that. 90 doesn't sound a great deal, but it seemed like a lot more the noise that they're making, and they were fantastic, and we thank them for that.
Brilliant. We'll catch up with you again soon.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.